Yo, what is up everybody? Jumpin here, and I am back on my Dark Souls 2 no bonfire, no death challenge run, new game plus, pain in my ass. This is so horrible. Feel for me, guys. But we're gonna do it. Now, in my first video, a lot of you guys were commenting saying that you don't need 2 million soul memory to open up the door to get to the castle. You need 3 million soul memory. So that is really going to suck. Hopefully I can do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to accomplish that without maybe farming some enemies, but if I get to the Iron Keep, I have a feeling that there's this one area where if you kill the enemies, you can pretty much get a lot of soul memory. Okay, so I just jumped down. We're going to head down to the gutter now so I can fight the Rotten, because this boss is really easy, but this place is a fucking nightmare. I'm going to fully heal up, and then we're going to skip the entire rat part. I want nothing to do with that part. It's an easy part, but I'd rather just skip it and head down to the gutter. If you want to know how to do this, you want to stand on this ledge and just simply roll off. As long as you have the cat ring, you should be okay. You should survive that fall. And then you hop down into this little tunnel, and this will take you pretty much past the whole rat burrow area. And this is going to take us down to where the suicide bombers are, and there's this bug and stuff. I don't even think I'm going to kill the bug. I might try, but it's whatever. Yeah, I totally miss. I don't care. The bug's not important. Getting the upgrade materials is not important. You know, I can try to kill him, but I think he gets away. You know, you really don't want to focus on any of the items or anything like that. If you're going to try to do one of these runs like this, if you're going to try the no death run or the no bonfire run, I just recommend just beating the game. I mean, you don't want to sit there and risk fucking up or taking a long time trying to do everything. This is not going to be a 100% run through of the game. It's going to be probably like a 50% run through or something like that, or really maybe even like a 30% run through. Alright, now I was really fucking scared there because I almost died. And you have to be careful because there's two red phantoms over there. Now, the miracle caster, or the cleric, whatever you want to call it, that red phantom will drop the dingy set, which is really fucking cool because I'm glad they brought it back. It is a cool set. I have yet to really use it or wear it, but I might try to use it in the future sometime. I mean, it was like one of the best light armor sets in the last game, so I imagine that it's going to be pretty good in this game too. But yeah, we're just going to skip all that crap because I don't want to risk it. But when you are on New Game Plus, I do recommend going over there and killing those two red phantoms so that you can get the dingy set. Alright, so now we're down at the gutter, and this is a nightmare of a place. Luckily, this area is not that long as you just run through it. I'm going to light a torch up because that's what I recommend. It's really dark. You want to be able to see so you don't accidentally fall off, because that is what will kill you more than likely. It's just falling off a cliff, and that would be like the worst way to die, right? So we're not going to light the bonfire or anything like that. We're just going to go straight for it. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm switching my staff of wisdom off of my left hand, and I'm putting it on my right hand. That way, I'm able to cast my spells if I need to, and I can continue to have my torch out so I can see. So that's what I generally do when I come down here. Now, I killed that guy. You don't have to kill that guy. I just wanted to get him out the way so I can take my sweet time crossing this bridge, because this bridge, it's dangerous. There's going to be a suicide bomber guy who can knock you off really easily. I did not expect that dude to fall down. I got really lucky I didn't get hit there. Let's go ahead and kill these guys. Now, this upcoming part, I do recommend taking your time and killing this enemy, because this enemy is a pain in your ass. I would say getting past him is really challenging if he's on that little bridge part, because if he hits you, he'll probably knock you off. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut around. I'm doing this so I don't get poisoned. Now we have this one like hollow coming at me right now. I'm gonna try to kill him, and then I'm going to actually take my time and destroy these statues so I am not poisoned as I'm climbing up the ladder, because you do not want to get poisoned. If you do, really the only thing you can do is hurry up and use a poison moss and cure it, because here's the problem, is that generally if you get poisoned on like a normal run through, it's no big deal. You just heal with your potions and let the poison eventually wear off. Well, if you're doing no bonfire run and a no death run, I'm never going to get my potions back. So once I run out, I'm out. I mean, that's just the way it is, and it sucks. Now, I actually recommend running this way, because if you do this, you can actually basically lessen your chance of like potentially getting poisoned or getting killed or knocked off a cliff. And yeah, just avoid the enemy and then go through this fall gate, and now we can immediately take these ladders down, because we're gonna try to go all the way down, and then we're going to progress to Black Gulch, which is, you know, a total nightmare of a place, one of the most trolly areas that From Software have ever thought up. Now I'm just gonna hop down here. These hollows down here will do a lot of damage if they hit you, so try not to get hit if you can. And I actually recommend maybe killing them. I mean, look at that, 2 hits from these guys and I'm fucking dead. So I need to just run like hell, try to heal up, and try to take these dudes out, because one big problem is that to get down to Black Gulch, you have to go past those like pots, and those pots are going to be filled with like acid, so that can break your gear. Because this is a no bonfire run, you really don't want that to happen. I guess it's not the end of the world, because if you just like use your aged feather, then you could go back and talk to the blacksmith. You could repair your gear with the blacksmith, which wouldn't be a problem. But right here, I'm just going to shoot these things with a bow. I guess you can't break them with fire arrows. You have to use like iron arrows. I was not expecting that. But I'm going to break basically all these things so that I can get right past them without risking my weapon or my armor or my rings, because I really don't want them to break. That's the last thing I want. Imagine if I was down here and all my rings broke, like my attunement ring. I would be screwed. I couldn't retune my magic, so I would like lose 3 of my castings. That would just be horrible. So I do not want to risk it. Alright, but let's go ahead and hop down now, and we can grab this item. It's a branch. You should totally grab that. We will need those as we play. And now we can head over to Black Gulch. Now, I actually recommend equipping some poison moss, because if you get poisoned, just cure the poison, because remember, your health is going to be draining, and you don't want to have to use a lot of your healing items to heal you up, because you're going to be wasting them. So, I mean, that's the thing. I guess you could use like a divine blessing if you were poisoned and you were like pretty low health. That way you would cure the poison and restore all your health. But yeah, this place is a nightmare, so I actually recommend breaking all these stupid statues. I mean, if you do that, if you take the time to actually do it, you're gonna actually be better off in the long run. You know, it might seem kind of dumb or a waste of time to sit here and break all of them, because there's so many of them, but it's really not. I mean, if you're gonna try to do a challenge run like this, you just don't want to take the risk. Now, there's a drop off right here, and you need to be extra careful if you're gonna do this, because I was looking at it and I was like, oh man, what is gonna happen if I fall off? Oh man, so be extra careful and walk off. But you do want to come down here, because you can talk to that one girl and she will help you with this boss. And she is a big help, especially if you're a spellcaster, because she will melee the boss, and hopefully the boss will actually attack her, and then you could just shoot spells into like the Rotten's back. I mean, it will make the boss 10 times easier if you can do that. So now if we talk to her, we can summon her. But before we do that, let's go ahead and break all these stupid things up here. These ones up here will really fuck you up when you're on the bottom, so taking the time to break them all is a really good idea. So there we go, we got them all broken. Now we can hop down. This is gonna suck though. I'm gonna try to kill all the enemies in this area. The enemies in this area is no fucking joke. I mean, they really are not. I mean, that was a close one. I could have died right there. That was really stupid for me to do what I did. If I can go back, I would have not have done it that way. Because, see, what I did was, I got way too close. When those things come out, they can grab you. And when they grab you, they will basically, like, eat you. And it just does so much damage. You can survive it, but it's pretty rare. So if I would have been grabbed, I probably would have died and just been totally screwed. And look, I did it again. Like, oh my god, like, I'm getting too close. Generally, you can kind of get, like, I don't know, somewhat close to get them to come out and then get away right away. Or you could just, like, just run for it. And you can do that as well. But we're gonna have the one monsters coming out of the wall. Those guys are real easy to honestly take out. It's just like all these stupid statues that will screw you. I mean, yeah, I mean, look at me right now. I'm getting screwed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to try to destroy these goddamn things. I hate them. I hate this area, man. People who made this game, man, they were like super trolls when it came to this place. Alright, let's go ahead and heal up. You know, the thing about this area, Black Gulch and the gutter, take your time. Take your sweet fucking time. Because if you try to rush through this area, you're probably gonna die. And I don't want to risk that. That's the last thing I want to happen. Now, these guys are really difficult to hit with, like, Soul Geyser, because they'll do that thing where they go into their hole and then they'll come out, and you'll miss your spell castings a lot when they do it. Like I said, I'm just taking my sweet little time. Now, one good thing about the Dusk Herbs, now these are the best herbs that you will be able to use. That and Crimson Waters are really good for restoring your spells. The thing is, though, is that once I get to the castle, I can buy 10 more of those Dusk Herbs, so that's really nice. So at least I'm going to be able to get 10 more down the line, and you can find more too as you play. I just don't really remember where they are, because I've been skipping a lot of the items, because I just don't want to waste the time, or take the unnecessary risk for some of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and now move forward. We're going to have a whole bunch of these guys come out again. Now, this is generally what you want to do to get them to come out. You just run right past the whole lot and try to dodge and all that. And then you get far away, you can cast spells or let them come to you, and you can do like a jump attack with a melee weapon or something, and that generally works. But definitely take those guys out, because we're going to go and summon the NPC real quick. If you want to summon this girl that we talked to, you need to come over to the second bonfire. It's off to the side. Whatever you do, do not light it. But we do want to summon her so that we can pretty much use her as a distraction for the boss. Now, there is a second NPC you can summon. Remember, guys, I'm not playing online. If you're going to do the no death run, definitely do not play online. And if you're going to do the no bonfire run, I would say you might want to consider playing offline as well. The reason why, and uh-oh, we have another one of these enemies. I forgot about this one, but let's take this one out real quick. For the no bonfire run, it's not a big deal if you actually die, and in fact, dying is somewhat of a good thing when you think about it, because you'll get all your potions back, you'll get all your spell castings back, so it's not really a big deal. But here's the problem. If you're not lighting any of the bonfires, well, guess what? If you die, then you're going to be taken back all the way to the village, and getting all the way back here would be a pain in your ass, and you don't want that to happen. Alright, I recommend avoiding the boss until the boss will aggro on her. See, he turned on her, so now I'm going to sit here and cast spells at him. Soul Geyser and Crystal Soul Spear. I just need to restore my spells. At this point, I'm just like burning through my herbs so fast. I really wish I would have not have used as many of them on my new game. I would have had, like, let's say 20 Dusk Herbs and, I don't know, 30 or 40 Amber Herbs. That would have been a lot better for me, but I fucked up. So watch out for that explosion attack. If that hits you, it might one-shot you. I've seen it one-shot a lot of people on New Game Plus. Alright, but he's dead now, so that's good. All we have to do is come over here and you can get yourself... No, actually, there's no point to grab that. I think I do anyway. It's bone dust. If you already have the +5 potion, you don't really need to grab this. I couldn't really remember exactly what this was. Was it a branch or was it a bone dust? But yes, it's a bone dust. Don't even bother. Alright, you can use the H feather to get out of here, or you could light the primal bonfire. That's okay. I don't want to risk anything, though. I've read online that the primal bonfires don't count if you light them and if you use them. But still, like I said, I just don't even want to bother. I'd rather just Age Feather. Alright, so now we have that done. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to burn through every single one of my consumables. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to judge how many souls will I have. If you remember, I started with like 0, so after using all of these, I can kind of look at the number and say, okay, that's how many souls I have already gotten for the entire playthrough. My next area is going to be the Iron Keep, so by the time I get done with that, hopefully I'll have enough souls to actually just go to the castle, and I can skip the spider. Because the spider would probably be impossible. Right now, my bonfire intensity there is probably like 5 or 6. So, if I could skip it, I definitely want to skip that area. It's going to be incredibly difficult for me to do that. So, burning all these right now can basically allow me to judge how much more do I need to do in the future. Oh man, it's gonna suck though, because I thought it would have been 2 million souls, but a lot of you guys are saying 3 million. If that's correct, then I don't know, I might have to go and fight the spider, or at least go and fight some other bosses, or maybe just farm some enemies. But farming the enemies, that's going to be a pain too, because I'll probably have to light another bonfire. You know what, I don't even want to do that, because if I had to light, let's say, a bonfire in the Iron Keep so I can farm enemies there, that would mean every time I would age feather, it would take me all the way back to the Iron Keep. I don't want that to happen now. Oh man, this is going to be tricky. We'll have to see like what happens, because by the time I use all these, I should have about 1.2, maybe 1.3 million. So by the time I get done with the Iron Keep, maybe I can have at least 2 million, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 million. We'll have to see. Alright. Now, you could use your Souls of a Giant too. If you use all 5 of them, they're worth 50,000 or 10,000 apiece. Alright, but let's go to Huntsman Copse. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that, right? It's a weird word, because I was hearing that, or people were telling me that, it's cops, and I'm like, really? That's so strange. But yeah, we have to move this path. You can kill this girl if you want. She doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna move it the normal way. If you kill her, you can get the thing to move it for you, and you don't have to pay 2,000 souls, although that doesn't matter. Alrighty, so now that it's open, let's head on over. This area is actually pretty easy. In fact, I would actually recommend doing Huntsman pretty early if you can, because this is one of the easiest areas to do. Now, Harvest Valley, Earthen Peak, and Iron Keep, those areas are a little bit more challenging, but Huntsman is pretty easy. I'm still using the Espada. I really love this rapier. I talked about it in my last video, but it is really, really good. Alrighty, so I'm just trying to run up to the top, and yeah, we can run through the area. Most of the enemies here we can skip. There's only a couple I recommend killing, but once you get over to the Skeleton Lords, we're not going to fight the Chariot Boss. The Chariot Boss is totally optional. It's all about the Brotherhood of Blood. I'm not interested in that, so I'm not going to bother. You know, one great thing about running through the game really fast like this is that once I get to New Game Plus Plus, and I actually play, you know, I'll have my rings maybe, but I'll also be able to just play all I want. But what's great about that is that I can go and buy Wrath of the Gods and Great Chaos Fireball and that other stupid miracle you get from the Blue Sentinel Covenant, because I do want to get all the achievements. I only need to complete a couple more achievements, primarily just the spells. I've already got all the dark magic spells. I need to get all the pyromancies, but I'm pretty sure my last one I need is Great Chaos Fireball. And my last sorcery I need is, I think, Hidden Weapon. You get that from the Bellkeeper Covenant. And the other thing I need is the final 2 miracles, which would be Wrath of the Gods, and the other one you get for 500 wins in the Blue Sentinels. But you can buy that from the Ghost in the Castle, so that's really cool. Alrighty, so I recommend taking this guy out. He will chase you, so that's why I say kill him, because you don't want him coming up behind you and smacking you in the back if you run right past him. Because we need to make our way to the top. We have to pull that lever. We have to wait for the bridge to come down. So the entire time that we're waiting for that, we might be getting attacked. So I recommend killing all these enemies up here, so that is not a problem. You should be able to kill these guys real easily with your melee weapon. Probably 2 hits would be all it would take. Sometimes if you get lucky, like with some counter damage, you can get 1-hit kills on them. But I'm going to come over here, let this enemy come down. When he comes down, I'm just going to quickly kill him. And now I'm going to pull the lever, and we have to wait for the bridge. Now, this upcoming area is actually New Game Plus Plus, because I have burned a bonfire aesthetic here before. Because generally when I'm on New Game, there are certain areas I like to burn the bonfire aesthetics, so I can get like certain things, like for example the clear bluestone ring +2. It's a great ring if you're a spellcaster, so I definitely try to go out of my way to always get it. But like I said, I regret it now only because for my run this area is going to be a little bit more challenging. Alright, I recommend running past these guys though. They're pretty easy to get by. The first one, just roll right past them. That guy, you just cut to the right. Try to roll forward here and try to lure this guy like away, because he's going to be using a bow, but when you get close to them they'll always pull out their daggers, and now you can just run like hell. Now what I recommend, once you get up here, we're going to make this one jump, because there's 2 red enemies that will spawn. 2 of the guys with like the sickles. Oh man, they are a pain in your ass. So if you do the jump, you can totally avoid them. Now right here, you're going to be invaded by an NPC. Now that NPC can actually drop the Warlock mask, which is really rare because you have to burn Bonfire aesthetics to make the NPC respawn, and then you have to fight the boss. But if you can get lucky, you can get the Warlock mask, which is a really cool fucking helmet. It makes your head look like a goat head. And if you guys have ever seen that before, like a goat head looking thing, then yes, that is what it is, the Warlock mask. It gives you +2 intelligence, and it also increases the amount of souls that you get for killing enemies. So keep that in mind. It is a really cool helmet. I've been giving it out to people when I give them like all that armor stuff. I'm still doing that, by the way, guys. If you're interested, just hit me up and I'll give you all the rare armors. I literally have almost all of them. Alright, Skeleton Lords. Pretty easy boss battle if you do it right. What you want to do is you want to kill the first Skeleton Lord on the left. That's what I like to do. Kill him, and then you're going to have the little skeletons spawn. Then kill all the little skeletons. Then kill the other Skeleton Lord that is a melee Skeleton Lord, because you have 1 mage and you have 2 melees. And you see, if you do it that way, you're going to save the bone wheels for last. Those are the enemies that are probably the most annoying ones for this fight. So if you can save those bone wheels for the very end, this is going to be a lot easier for you. Alright, right now I'm just trying to get my spells back. And yeah, I'm just going after the melee one, because like I said, this is the one you want to kill second. And yeah, I'm getting fucked up though. I was a little surprised. Generally I do a lot better than this when I'm fighting these Skeleton Lords. But remember, this is New Game plus for me. Alright, now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the other skeletons to spawn. Now these skeletons are the easiest to kill because they're just normal skeletons. 2 hits with your melee weapon should totally do it. 1 spell should do it. And yeah, so all you have to do is kill like 4 of them, I think. I think it's like 4 skeletons that will spawn every time you kill one of the Skeleton Lords. So as long as you're keeping track of it, you should be good. Now we can focus down the mage. And the mage is actually the weakest Skeleton Lord that you will fight. It has like the lowest amount of HP. Alright, but here's the thing. When you kill this one, that's when the bone wheels will actually spawn. So you want to kill these things as soon as possible, because if they hit you, they'll stagger you and they could easily kill you. So if you pay attention there, like I literally killed all of them before they could even get up. So that is great. Now your reward for killing the Skeleton Lords on New Game Plus is the clear bluestone ring +2, which is an amazing ring like I said before. You can always just burn a bonfire aesthetic if you're on New Game. Alrighty, but now we have to wait for the bridge. Yay! You gotta love waiting for the bridges. It takes freaking forever. Alright guys, well, I'm pretty sure I'm about to end this episode. In our next episode, we will do all of Harvest Valley, we'll do Earthen Peak, and we will also do the Iron Keep. I'll try to get them all out of the way. And then we can hopefully go to the castle. That would be amazing if I could just go there right away. But we'll have to see. You know, maybe I'll have to go and do some farming. But, you know, it's just what I'm going to have to do. This playthrough is meant to be a challenge, and it really will be very challenging. Alright guys, well I really hope you have enjoyed it. Please like and favorite the video and subscribe. I always appreciate that, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace out!